Welcome back to the day. Today we will learn about the shocking development surrounding Salem's mysterious power outage and the terrifying possibility that a malevolent force from beyond the grave may be orchestrating these sinister events. The darkness descends upon Salem. Salem residents are about to face their most harrowing ordeal yet as an unprecedented citywide blackout engulfs the entire town in complete darkness. This isn't merely another routine electrical malfunction or simple grid failure that can be resolved with a few repairs. The timing of this massive power outage coincides eerily with a series of supernatural occurrences that have been plaguing the town's most vulnerable residents, particularly the beloved Dr. Marlena Evans. The darkness that falls over Salem carries with it an ominous presence that seems to seep into the very souls of those trapped within its suffocating embrace, creating an atmosphere of dread and foreboding that permeates every corner of the community. Susan Banks' chilling premonitions intensify. The psychically gifted Susan Banks has been experiencing increasingly disturbing visions and spiritual disturbances ever since her arrival in Salem to support her son E.J. DiMera following his shocking shooting incident. Her supernatural abilities have detected an overwhelming darkness surrounding Marlena Evans, a darkness so profound and malevolent that it rivals the most terrifying supernatural encounters Salem has ever witnessed. Susan's psychic senses have become so acutely attuned to this evil presence that she can physically feel Stefano DiMera's sinister spirit lingering throughout the DiMera mansion and beyond, despite the fact that the Phoenix has been presumed dead for nearly a decade. Her warnings grow more urgent with each passing day, as she senses that Stefano's malevolent essence is not only still alive but actively seeking a way to manifest itself in the physical world once again. Marlena's terrifying descent into darkness. The distinguished psychiatrist Marlena Evans has been experiencing a series of increasingly disturbing symptoms that extend far beyond the natural grief process following John Black's tragic death. Her nightmares have become so vivid and terrifying that they blur the lines between dream and reality, transporting her back to the darkest period of her life when she served as Stefano DiMera's unwilling Queen of the Night decades ago. These aren't ordinary dreams of remembrance but rather supernatural invasions of her subconscious mind that leave her feeling violated and defenseless against forces she cannot comprehend or control. The psychological trauma from these nocturnal encounters has manifested in physical symptoms including fainting spells, balance issues, and episodes of unconsciousness that medical examinations cannot explain through conventional diagnosis. The Phoenix's eternal legacy of terror. Stefano DiMera's reputation as the Phoenix isn't merely a dramatic nickname but rather a testament to his supernatural ability to return from apparent death multiple times throughout Salem's history. Intelligence sources within the ISA have been quietly circulating rumors that suggest the DiMera patriarch may have discovered methods of preserving his consciousness beyond physical death, possibly through advanced technological means developed by his loyal scientist Dr. Wilhelm Rolf. The most recent manifestation of Stefano's presence occurred when his consciousness was implanted as an artificial intelligence chip directly into Steve Johnson's brain, allowing him to control and manipulate the unsuspecting victim from within. Although Tony and Chad DiMera believed they had successfully destroyed this technological abomination, the possibility remains that Dr. Rolf may have created backup copies or alternate methods of preserving Stefano's malevolent essence. ISA intelligence reveals disturbing possibilities. During a highly classified conversation between ISA operative Kat Green and Salem Police Commissioner Rafe Hernandez, shocking intelligence revelations have emerged regarding Stefano DiMera's potential survival. Rafe's extensive knowledge of the DiMera patriarch's history includes detailed accounts of multiple resurrections and supernatural returns that have defied all logical explanation throughout the decades. The ISA's International Intelligence Network has been tracking suspicious activities and unexplained phenomena that bear Stefano's distinctive signature, suggesting that his influence may extend far beyond Salem's borders into a global network of criminal enterprises and supernatural manipulation. These intelligence reports have become so concerning that Shane Donovan has personally reactivated Kat Green for a special mission that appears directly connected to investigating these disturbing developments. The mysterious free clinic conspiracy. E.J. DiMera's recent announcement regarding plans for a new, free clinic has raised immediate suspicions among those familiar with the DiMera family's history of using legitimate businesses as fronts for their more nefarious activities. Kat Green's discovery of detailed architectural blueprints for this facility has revealed sophisticated laboratory spaces and underground chambers that seem far more advanced than what would be necessary for a simple community health clinic. The timing of this project coincides suspiciously with Dr. Wilhelm Rolf's recent activities and his continued collaboration with other DiMera allies, suggesting that this clinic may serve as the perfect cover for conducting illegal genetic experiments, consciousness transfer procedures, or other supernatural research projects that could facilitate Stefano's return to physical form. Salem's residents trapped in darkness. As the mysterious blackout engulfs Salem, residents find themselves trapped in situations that seem orchestrated by an unseen malevolent intelligence rather than random chance. Philip Kyriakis, Brady Black, and Gabby Hernandez discover themselves confined together in circumstances that force them to confront long-buried secrets and unresolved conflicts from their complicated past relationships. The power outage creates an atmosphere of vulnerability and fear that strips away the facades and pretenses that normally govern social interactions, leaving people exposed to their deepest fears and most shameful secrets. Throughout the town, other residents experience similar entrapments that seem designed to exploit their psychological weaknesses and emotional vulnerabilities in ways that suggest supernatural manipulation rather than mere coincidence. Marlena's collapse signals supernatural invasion. The most terrifying moment occurs when Marlena Evans suddenly loses consciousness during the height of the blackout, her collapse serving as a chilling reminder of previous supernatural possessions that have plagued Salem throughout its dark history. This fainting episode differs dramatically from her previous health issues because it occurs simultaneously with the power outage, suggesting a direct connection between the electrical failure and whatever dark forces are targeting the beloved psychiatrist. Witnesses report that moments before her collapse, Marlena appeared to be responding to voices or presences that no one else could perceive, indicating that the supernatural assault on her consciousness had reached a critical threshold. The timing suggests that whatever malevolent entity is responsible for both the blackout and Marlena's condition has been carefully orchestrating these events to achieve maximum psychological impact and spiritual vulnerability. The truth behind Salem's darkness. As Salem remains trapped in this supernatural darkness, the evidence increasingly points toward a coordinated attack by forces that transcend the physical world and venture into realms of evil that the town's residents have encountered before but hoped never to face again. The question that haunts everyone's minds is whether this blackout represents merely the beginning of Stefano DiMera's latest resurrection attempt or if it signals something even more sinister, a permanent merger between the Phoenix's malevolent spirit and Salem's most cherished psychiatrist. The darkness that has fallen over Salem may not lift until the town's residents can identify and confront whatever supernatural force has been unleashed upon them, and the fate of Marlena Evans may hold the key to everyone's survival in this battle between good and evil that threatens to consume everything they hold dear. Part 2. This week, the storyline takes us deep into the hearts of Johnny, Chanel, Holly, Tate, and the mysterious Sophia, all while the custody of baby Tesoro hangs in the balance. Let's take a slow, careful walk through the unfolding events in Salem. Johnny and Chanel's hopes and fears for Tesoro. Johnny DiMera has always been a man torn between his passion for storytelling and the heavy responsibilities that come with being part of the DiMera family. Sitting with Chanel, he laments his inability to attend the press conference for one stormy night. The event, which should have been a career highlight for him, has been hijacked by his uncle Tony. For Johnny, this isn't just about a lost opportunity to shine, it's about the possibility that his professional footing at Titan could be slipping away. Chanel, ever the steady partner, tries to reassure him. She reminds Johnny that Titan's troubles have little to do with him personally, but her words don't entirely calm him. Johnny's mind races to the worst-case scenario: what if the merger falls apart, and what if he loses his job altogether? It's not simply the loss of a paycheck that frightens him. Johnny worries that his unemployment could weaken their chances of adopting Tesoro, the child they have come to love and envision as part of their family. In his darker moments, Johnny fears that without professional stability, his dreams of fatherhood might slip through his fingers. Chanel, however, takes a more pragmatic view. With a gentle smile, she points out the obvious: Johnny is a DiMera. His family's wealth, particularly through his mother-in-law, could cushion him if things truly went south. She reminds him that his real gift lies in his passion and his ability to connect with people. Those qualities, she says, make him more than qualified to be a father. In the end, their confidence in one another steadies their nerves. Together, they allow themselves to imagine a future with Tesoro in their arms. Yet longtime viewers know that such moments of hope in Salem often signal a storm on the horizon. Johnny heads off to share coffee and conversation with his grandfather Roman, while Chanel prepares for a tense meeting with her mother, Paulina. For now, their dreams of adoption seem safe, but the cracks in their confidence linger beneath the surface. Trouble in paradise, Holly and Tate's collapse. Meanwhile, another couple in Salem is standing on much shakier ground. Holly, young and idealistic, is caught in a storm of suspicion and betrayal surrounding her relationship with Tate. The trouble begins when Holly notices Ari at the bar, nervously asking about an internship. Before Ari can say much, Sophia strides into the room with a new look that screams, scheming. Ari instantly falls silent, and Holly senses something is wrong. Holly excuses herself and rushes to the restroom. But in her absence, Sophia leans in close to Ari and presses her. Has she mentioned anything about being in Tate's room? The timing could not be worse. Rumors and half-truths are already swirling around Tate, and this confrontation adds more fuel to the fire. Later, Holly overhears Ari confessing that she had seen Holly and Tate together the night before. Just as the truth is bubbling to the surface, Sophia swoops in again. With a disarmingly apologetic smile, she drops just enough shocking words to push Holly into a full panic. When Tate finally arrives, hoping to clear the air, he finds himself face to face with a furious Holly. In a moment of pure soap opera drama, Holly punches him square in the nose. The background extras react with wide eyes and gasps, adding to the intensity of the moment. Tate can barely catch his breath before Holly begins screaming, declaring their relationship over before he has a chance to explain. In true Salem fashion, it's not just a breakup, it's an explosion, witnessed by half the town. The custody question: who will raise Tesoro? While Johnny and Chanel dream of parenthood and Holly and Tate fall apart, the most innocent character of all, baby Tesoro, remains at the center of a growing custody storm. Rafe, ever the dutiful protector, is seen gently pushing Tesoro across the town square. It's a quiet moment until he crosses paths with Brady, who stops to admire the child. Brady, with a mix of joy and uncertainty, refers to Tesoro as his soon-to-be-born grandson. But is that truly the case? In Salem, no baby's parentage is ever guaranteed. As Brady lifts a small towel, Rafe comments that if Sophia did indeed abandon Tesoro, her reasons might have been rooted in fear. Still, by leaving him safely at the fire station, she may have done the one thing right by ensuring his protection. The child, innocent and unaware, has no idea how many lives he is already entangled with. Every glance, every whispered conversation in Salem seems to circle back to the same haunting question: who will raise Tesoro? Sophia's mysterious return. Outside the pub, viewers are treated to a seemingly lighter moment. Sophia, with her radiant smile, greets Johnny warmly. It's a setting filled with nostalgia for longtime fans, once a walkway, now reduced to a simple bench, but still the backdrop for countless Salem encounters. Johnny, ever the concerned classmate and friend, checks to make sure Sophia hasn't been avoiding school out of shame over the adoption scandal. Sophia brushes off the concern, cheerfully admitting that the ordeal was embarrassing, that it nearly ruined her life, but insisting she'll be fine. When Chanel arrives, the moment shifts. Sophia, bursting with youthful energy, dashes off, leaving Johnny and Chanel watching her with affectionate smiles. But the timing raises questions. If Tate had just entered the scene, wouldn't he have noticed Sophia and Johnny together? Wouldn't that have sparked another confrontation? As always in Salem, the simplest encounters are never as innocent as they seem. Sophia's presence is a reminder that her story, and her connection to Tesoro, is far from over. Final thoughts. For fans who have followed Days of Our Lives for decades, these storylines echo the great themes that have kept the show alive for so long. Love and betrayal, hope and despair, secrets and revelations, they all play out in the small town of Salem, where nothing is ever simple.